Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mel from Scan Pro Audio, and I am here at Radar Festival 2023. I'm very, very fortunate to be sat next to an absolute legend. This is Mike Malyan from the band Monuments, London-based progressive metal band, would you say?
I'd say
lazy title, maybe?
Transatlantic bounce from planet Earth is what we like to go with, but I'm a Londoner. I'm the only Londoner. We've got two Brits, a Dutchman, and an American. So it's
How's that combo working out?
A lot of internet, lot of Zoom.
Much translation going on between the lot of years? I mean, American, English?
English is fine. Language barriers they can be as inspiring as they are difficult.
Nice, man, nice. So, how's everything going with the band?
Great, good. This festival season has been enormous. Been so grateful to play so many great festivals. Super grateful to Radar for putting us on a headline slot. It's going to be so sick. Can't wait to see Sleep Token later. It's just good. And I'm hanging out all evening. We're doing an amazing clinic tomorrow, me and Brown. Just going to enjoy the crap out of the whole weekend.
That's amazing. That's really, really cool. So one thing that I wanted to really mention, because it's kind of blown my mind when I was looking into it a little bit, you released Nefarious in May.
Yes.
And you're pushing 1 million streams already.
It's pretty mad. We were very fortunate to have Moist Critical approach us to do the music for his anime manga project called Godslap. Him and Andy are quite close, and so it was kind of came through Andy, and it was a really unique opportunity for us to write music to film, and it wasn't something that was in our initial plan, but we're all really into music and film and themes and how that whole world works together. The visual side, we almost are more inspired by the visuals and the narratives. The music is an extension of that. So to get to make something that actually fits a film narrative was gorgeous for us. But it was very much off plan, but we just went with it and put that song out. And then he's hosted that on his channel. So that's the Godslap anime opening. And then he's also put the music video, Nefarious Godslap, on his YouTube channel on Penguin Zero, which is nuts. Like, that is just so cool because, you know, he's been doing YouTube for such a long time, doing Twitch for such a long time with Moist Gaming, and everything he does with Moist is just really, really cool. How he supports artists, how he gave us a platform, and we gave him music that works for his thing. It's a really unique and cool opportunity.
Synergy, natural synergy is one of the most beautiful things, isn't it, when it just happens like that?
Collaboration, it's beautiful.
Yeah, collaboration is the way forward, absolutely. I think for the human race, not just for music, but for the entirety of the planet, right?
It's the way forward,
Yeah, it's a shame that the people that are in charge don't realise that.
Some of them do. Some of them are good eggs. It's just the ones that don't are louder.
Yes, absolutely. So, nice little segue to move on from. So, obviously, we talked about Nefarious single, how that ties into the whole anime thing and YouTube. How are you guys gamers?
Yeah, we love gaming. Yeah, so I originally started on Twitch as a gamer, playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies. Nowadays, when I do stream, he knows, custom zombies, man. Like, on PC, Dude, honestly, Mario zombies, Donkey Kong zombies, the whole thing, it's just, like, astonishing. I love it. But now I've started getting into Star Citizen. That shit is wild. We're getting more hands up from
Our token Scousers really impressed with the things coming out your mouth.
Me and my brother found this Quantanium rock. The three of us were mining the crap out of it. I think we made like over 1 million in refined Quantanium. Like, nailed it. And there are other times I've gotten the biggest haul and just driven straight into a space station and my legs fallen off and it's just the buggiest thing. And I just love it. It's so good.
Amazing. Well, I'm not a gamer.
Fair enough.
Sometimes wish I was, because I feel like I'm missing out on a whole world of stuff that my 14-year-old son is really, really into.
Hopefully, allowing him to bring you into that world.
Yeah,
give yourself 2 hours and then go in and just ask him, tell me about your game, and then just find out, learn the world.
Rust is the one that he's on right
now. Rust is hilarious. Yeah, I didn't get into that, but that's chaos. Yeah.
Is he really?
Yeah. It's a sandbox. You do with the survival mechanism what you will, very much like Star Citizen. And then you'll get griefers and you'll get nice people, and people can play out whatever role they want to do, and you can have a tribe that works together. But you all start in the game naked with nothing, and then how do you survive? Complete interdependence, food, shelter, weapons, everything.
The future is coming, right?
It's been here for a while, dude.
Yeah, we're in it.
The future's been in the past for a bit.
We are.
I don't know what the future is.
The future's been in the past for a bit. That is amazing.
If the future is coming and that gaming is the future, then you've got some catching up to do, my friend.
Yeah, it would seem that way, right? It would definitely seem that way.
But there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone has their own little world. Everyone has their own little thing. Everyone's little thing should be respected, and there's too much for everyone to do. So don't worry about the FOMO.
Exactly.
Same for all the viewers. Like,
Diversity, right?
yeah,
Everyone-
you've got your thing, you've got your film that you like. There are too many films. So if someone's just like trying to tell you about their thing and it's a bit too much, that's also fine. It's just sometimes we have the headspace to learn about something new, and that's fine. I like nostalgia. I like diving into film and games when I'm anxious, and sometimes I like doing things I've done before because that is something I can plan for. Something that I haven't done before is something I can't plan for. Life's giving me too much of that. Maybe I'll rewatch Star Trek for like the 10th time,
Yes.
and it will just make me feel like I know what's going to happen and there's actually going to be a good ending. And if there's not, then I know it's coming. Sometimes that helps me.
I love that. Which Star Trek?
All of them.
Everything.
Oh, the new Strange New Worlds.
Strange New
So
Worlds
good.
is so good.
Strange New Worlds just made me like change my view on Prodigy. I'm just gonna leave it there.
Yeah.
Absolutely love that.
Yeah.
It's all sick. It's all so sick. The ending of Picard was like, finally, that was what I wanted. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very, very happy to be talking to a fellow, I hope you don't mind, nerd, but I'm going to be really controversial here. As much as I love Star Trek,
Your Star Wars,
Star Wars
more.
is my thing.
Yeah, no, I'd like to be led through Star Wars by the right person because all I've seen is infinite parodies of Episode 4 and it's stopped me from getting into it.
That's all you've seen.
That's all I've seen. Spaceballs, right? Family Guy.
Yeah.
Everything that's taken the piss out
Yeah,
of
yeah,
Episode
yeah.
4.
Robot Chicken.
Yeah, all of it. I've seen it from every angle. So the story's parodied beyond belief, but everything links to a central story, which I haven't had a fair starting point on. Just like with Borat, although that's got a bit less lore.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, someone can lead me through that quite happily.
Amazing. Oh, good. Well, I really, really hope you find your person
Will.
to show you the way, because honestly, there's no going back once you get started with Star Wars.
Can't wait.
In my opinion. And
Can't
the,
wait.
the universe, of course, is galaxy. Is just getting wider and wider and wider, so it's pretty exciting time for all that kind of stuff. Let's talk about something else that I'm really, really, truly passionate about. I'm a drummer.
Amazing.
I've been a drummer for a really, really long time. You're a drummer.
I
You
am
like
indeed.
drums.
I love drums.
Let's talk about drums.
Drums are sick.
Yeah.
Drums are sick.
So you use Mapex drums, right?
Yep, I've recently become a Mapex endorsee.
Yeah.
I absolutely love my kit. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
You've got Saturn.
I've got a Saturn Evolution. Yeah. I've got the Maple Birch one, and it's so sick. The kick drum is like amazing. I was a massive Chris Adler fan back in the day.
Yes.
I've been seeking that Chris Adler tom sound this whole time. Obviously, it was just sitting there in Mapex.
In Mapex, yeah.
I just should have had that from the start, you know. But the Falcon bass drum pedal is outperforming my Trick Pro 1V. Like hand over foot, fist over hair. I don't know. It's all amazing. Yeah, the Falcon line's amazing.
I used to have a Falcon double. It was beautiful. By the way.
It's so good. It's so good. It's no Janus. It's a lot better.
It's no Janus.
We don't talk about Janus.
No one talks about Janus.
No, the Falcon has.
It's like the dirty little secret everyone's trying to forget about.
Oh, I remember trying to play on it, being like, "What is this?" And now the Falcon exists, and it's like, "Aha, you learned!" And it's so good. So sometimes you've got to take a step backwards, take a step forwards. If you make a Janus, right? Don't worry about it, because you can always make a Falcon afterwards, and then everyone will just appreciate that so much, to the point where I now appreciate the Janus because it led to the Falcon.
That's profound. Truly profound.
That's the most in-drummer joke. If you got that, please at me
exactly.
on Instagram. For God's
Exactly.
sake, that's too niche.
It is so niche.
But
I
I've
love it.
been spending time around like drum festivals more nowadays, and
Yes.
like I'm just learning that drummers are just my people. Like that's my crowd. That's my comfort zone. I just felt like I could be myself around like the Minor Drum Festival that I just did was like the most incredible thing. Not to mention that the Minor family is incredible in the first place, but like just everyone being there, just being on the same level of humor. It's a different crowd.
Yeah.
You know, when you're in the room for the drummers, it's actually hilarious.
Oh, and not just that, but don't you find that like drummers are like? Well, I'll give you an example. So, guitarist walks into a room. There's a guitarist sat there. No offense, guitar players, but there's a guitarist sat there. He's playing this really, really cool lick, and a guitarist walks up to him and goes, "Hey, dude, that sounds really, really cool. Can you show me what you're doing?" The guitarist is like, "My lick, my lick." Drummers are like giving; they want to share so much. all
Oh,
the
I've seen
time.
both. I've
Have
seen
you?
drummers who are gatekeepers, and then I've seen guitarists who are the most open, like
Yeah.
Brown on Twitch. Because Brown from Monuments, he streams on Twitch, and he will. And if someone asks him how something goes, he'll stop what his programming is, and he'll be like, "Check out how you do this." He's an educator. He's so passionate about
Yeah,
education.
maybe that's the key difference. Yeah, when you're a giver
but
in that
there
way
are a lot of
anyway.
people who aren't so into sharing that stuff, and they're the ones standing in the way of progress for themselves and everyone around them. And
course.
I hope they get to learn that, like, you as a human being can do only one. Like, you're the only one who can do your thing with the knowledge you've got.
Yes.
You could share the same knowledge pool across everyone, which we already have with the internet, and everyone's still doing different things.
Yeah.
So it's not about what you know, it's about how you utilize it. It's more
Yes.
about your emotions, your narrative, your story. How does this all make you feel?
Yeah.
It's all just equipment. A pen does not make a book in the same way that a lick does not make a song.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think it's so important to be able to give freely with the things you've learned, to allow the evolution of thought and creativity. You know, that's how it works.
Yeah,
you know?
or maybe even to be invested in someone else's success.
Absolutely.
Knowing that I might pass something on to someone who might make something that inspires me so much that I go like, I never, like, the question I get asked in interviews that bothers me the most nowadays is, what's the song you wish you'd written? And I was like, there are none. I'm so glad they wrote it.
Yeah.
And it was never about me. I'm not the protagonist in that one. That's someone else's story, and I get to watch it. How cool is that?
100%.
It actually, it's just, but it's taken me a long time to realize that. I have been less mature in the past.
Yeah, of course, haven't we all? You know, life is a learning curve. Interesting though that of course the avenue to allowing that to be possible these days is streaming.
Yeah.
You know, there's no doubt about it. Like we see so much of that now, and there's a lot of giving. There's a lot of sharing. There's a lot of people learning and educating themselves via other people. It's a really, really great time to be alive. Obviously, you do a lot of streaming yourself.
Yeah.
I follow you on Instagram. I have done for a little while.
Thank you.
It's really, really beautiful. Did you like follow some kind of like drum academy school type thing?
Yeah, so I started a website which was initially meant to be work through progressive metal techniques in your own time, and then there'll be a community that supports you.
Yeah.
I'm still in the process of working out how to do that. I've got some new kind of version 2 things to launch soon with that, because like with any experiment, you need to kind of work out exactly how is the right way to do it. And you have the idea of what it is and then the reality. So I feel like I've still yet to discover the perfect way that's going to be. And I'm just still on that journey while I balance my time between all my different things. But
Sure.
the thing that gets me every time is that when I'm feeling low and I don't feel like I'm not feeling inspired and I'm not feeling creative and I know I've got free time and I want to write, I just boot up my Twitch and I just sit there and do something menial while someone else is stoked on something. And then sometimes I'll connect completely anonymously and they'll just be like telling me these things, and then I'll just feel like I'm part of someone else's world.
Yeah.
And I'm a collaborator. I've always been. I thrive on collaboration, on communication. And if you're out on the fringe, I'm not saying I'm like doing anything that no one else is doing, but if you're trying to be original, you're on your own.
Yes.
By definition, the more original you are, the more lonely you are. And the more you can share that experience with people, the less lonely you feel. So it's like, so things like Twitch are incredible, but YouTube's also amazing for that, for being able to watch something that someone's prepared and shown me something in one way, but they're just 2 different forms, right? And streaming is beautiful for that. As a streamer, it can feel like a pressure to do something you're not happy with doing, but that's just because a lot of the time we're not sure we're doing the right thing anyway.
Yeah.
What I do now is I just do it completely on my terms. If I want to stream, I'm streaming. Most of the time, I'm streaming because I'm doing a recording session and I want people to feel like they can sit in the control room with me and watch. And
Part of that
I
experience.
thrive off that energy. I like the pressure of having people watch me. It makes me play better. I don't know why. I guess I like the attention. I guess maybe that's not the worst thing in the world.
No, it's not, because
No.
it's being channeled in a really positive way.
It helps people.
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
say that it helps them. It's not about me liking being watched. It's about them liking watching me and me liking knowing that I'm doing something positive. Maybe for someone else's day. Maybe there's a guy there who's then just watched me for 10 minutes. And not that I'm doing anything that interesting, but just my energy has been enough to get them off their ass and start doing something. Just remembering they're not on their own.
100%, and you know, I'm going to be one of those people. You know,
Yeah.
I was nerding out on you a couple of last weeks or whatever, and I was watching you stick some of the minor claws on your tom hoops, and like, you know.
Oh, those mic clamps are the best
they're
as
amazing.
well.
Yeah, they're really, really good, and you know, Minor have. Sorry to go back to Minor again.
No, I love
Again.
them. I love them.
Yeah,
They've been
I mean,
endorsing me for like over 12 years. I've been a member of the Minor family as long as I've been a professional drummer.
Really, I didn't realise that.
Yeah. They endorsed me back when in 2011, maybe even 2010. I think it might have been even somewhere around that era. I've been working with them since then.
So you've seen a really impressive evolution in the way they've come across as a company. Because
Yeah.
they've managed to position themselves.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with almost at the top.
They're just
Almost
so
at the
unique.
top.
Yeah. It's like there are many mountains, right? Some
Yes.
of them have different heights. Some of them look more beautiful from different angles, and Minel is an extraordinary one
All by
on its
itself,
own.
yeah.
So are all the others. So is like what Zildjian do, what Sabian does, what everyone does. It's
Yeah,
all pretty beautiful, but Minel shines in this sunset. Just
Get it? I mean, I've been to the Minor factory. I've seen it myself. I've
It's
picked out my own
gorgeous.
Byzance for retail purposes, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I've done that trip. I've met Udo a bunch of times.
Such a legend.
You know. Yeah, he's a great guy. And this was in the old facility before they built the new one.
wow, I didn't see that one. Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
But of course, they still had the place where you played, that showroom, and then with the big menu behind it, they still had that.
Yeah.
And it blew my socks off going there, to be honest with you. You know, because everything you just said, I couldn't agree with anymore. They're a truly passionate company.
Yeah, when you're actually on that soil, you're like, something magical is happening here.
Yeah. And also, I love. This is very old school, but I love that basically this factory that's in the middle of nowhere, just in the middle of Germany, just randomly serves an entire area, gives jobs to a whole bunch of people in this community.
Yeah.
They all just basically go to the local factory to work.
Yeah, and then it supports the environmental impact. They're on the cusp of green, I want to say green technology, but you know what I mean,
Yeah.
renewables,
Yeah.
the fact that everything is solar powered. That's one of the reasons I play pure alloy cymbals, because they're made with energy taken from the sun in Germany. I love the sound of Turkish blank cymbals crafted into Byzance,
Yeah.
but I prefer to know that my cymbals have come from a factory and all the energy was created from the sun, and when it goes back to them, smelts down, make another one when I break them, because I break too many, because I hit too damn hard. And I love that recyclability, you know, I absolutely love it.
Yeah. So just quickly on that symbol front, because I know you're going to have to get off in a second.
Yeah.
Do you use what model do you use specifically?
Pure alloy and pure alloy custom,
Right,
mainly.
okay.
I also love classics custom stuff.
Yes.
There's some Byzance stuff that's irreplaceable. It's always going to sound special and I want to say oriental in a way that just we know what that sounds like. The sound of that metal that comes from Turkey. We all can recognize where it comes from.
Yeah.
But I do love.
We're tuned into B20, aren't we?
Yeah, fully. But I love pure alloy for how specifically, consistently shallow the depth of distortion is,
Yes.
and how placeable it is. When I break one and I pull another out, I know it's going to have exactly the same bandwidth. The mix isn't going to change.
Yeah.
My hearing isn't going to change. Everything's going to be the same
Yeah.
about that, and I love that. So yeah, a mixture of all those things makes a massive difference. And at the moment, and I know some of my fans are not liking this so much, but I'm really enjoying exploring trash crashes instead of Chinas.
Okay.
Because hear me out, Chinas have great distortion,
Yes.
but when do you ever hear the 1K? When is it not mixed out? When is it louder than the guitars? When does the guitarist say, you know what, my guitar sounds nice, but that China, I want to hear that more. Never happens.
Yeah.
So it's in the way anyway. So why not switch it for something that I break less often
Yeah.
and sounds cleaner and is nicer to hit?
Yeah.
And it's nicer on the environment as a result.
I get that. I do totally get that. And I've been using both, to be honest with you. I use both for exactly that
That's
reason.
it.
So I understand the difference between the two. And
Yeah.
I don't think you can really beat that crash sound.
No, it's it's floppy and it's wobbly and it's cool and Chinas are rigid and like it's just like hitting a trash can lid versus something that's very watery, and it's something that Bård Kostad from or I don't know if I'm saying that right, Bård Kostad from Leprous.
Yeah.
I toured with him for
He's
2
an
months.
Amazing drummer.
I changed my life. It was like water.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really like
yeah.
water,
Well,
and
his
that's
sound
I've
is
become
so-
a better player for being in his presence every night.
amazing.
He changed my world. Like this happens a lot with incredible drummers I get to tour with. This is it goes back to the same thing. There are people who want to show you things, and they're showing you without telling you. It's just, are you willing to listen? Are you there reciprocate? Are you ready to receive this information? Are you thinking about what you're not doing right more than someone showing you, hey, this is this great thing I'm doing? Are you open to the opportunities that collaboration gives you? And Twitch and everything, it just ties into that. You can just be your own echo chamber, or you can join in the conversation.
Wow, Mike. Thank you.
welcome.
That's amazing. You're a super switched on, intelligent dude. You've got a lot of interesting things to say. I
You're a really
appreciate it.
inspiring, passionate person with a lot of your own things. You don't need gaming. You've got it all in your own head.
Yeah.
You've got everything. You're in the real world. It's lovely talking to you. I always love a good chat with a fellow drummer and tech head and everything. It's amazing.
Thank you so much. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Enjoy the show. Yeah, I hope it goes really well for
I
you.
will. I can't wait.
Nice.
You will, man.
Thank you. All right.
Take care of yourself
Take
now.
it easy. See you
Cheers,
soon, man.
Scan. Appreciate you.
Cheers, man.
Take care, everyone.